Whoops, we still have cat cam activated. Hey, what's happening, people? Welcome back to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Dinner was good, but we have cat cam and we need to get rid of that.
I was thinking you were saying we had webcam activated. I was like, oh my gosh.
No.
We both look so exhausted.
Yeah. No. No. Amber's tan and rested, and I'm here. I almost said shish to these people, but they don't. Yeah. No, they're not Chinese.
What have you been up to, Jones?
Let's see. Black Myth Wukong won Best Action Game. And they had a very short speech, and everybody was like, and they're just like, "Do we keep standing up here?" They're like, "No, we're gonna walk off." So they went up, and the Final Fantasy guy was shocked to win an award because he was there 4 years ago, and Final Fantasy VII Remake won no awards when they spent so much time and money on that game. And this year, it only won Best Musical Score. Every other award it lost. Well, and I told people the reason why that is
they censored the game. That's why.
No, that's not the only reason. Whenever you have a game released at the beginning of the year, all these games that won Game of the Year came out in the summer.
Oh wow! So everyone just remembers the ones in the summer.
Mm-hmm. People's mind is only focused on what just came out. Final Fantasy came out literally in January, I believe, of 2024.
Well, poor Final Fantasy. Also, Luke told me that Clive is the person that's going to represent Final Fantasy in that one.
Oh, yeah. Twitter's going
like,
crazy right now.
Why?
They're like, we asked for Tifa. No one even likes Clive. and the Final Fantasy, or the Tekken guy is just kind of like, he.
What? He doesn't care?
No, he probably tried to get Tifa. Square was like, you can have Clive, because we need to promote that game more. And he's just like, okay.
You have to promote it more because it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the person who did the best speech was the guy who won the Arkham thing. I think he did a great speech.
Ryan? Yeah.
He said, I'm accepting this on behalf of my team. It's like, wow, that's so nice of him, so humble. He didn't say, I'm accepting this, we did great. You know, thank you for the award. He said, I'm accepting this on behalf of my team.
Yeah, Ryan's a good guy.
And you believe that? He said he didn't even say he's accepting it for himself. He said he was accepting it for his team.
I congratulated Ryan on his Twitter. I said, well deserved, Ryan. I hope Warner Brothers gives you guys a sequel, like a trilogy. Thank you for keeping the Arkham franchise alive and bringing it back.
Yeah, he was very respectful to...
Use the range if I'm not here.
He said both Rocksteady and WB Montreal and also Warner Brothers for starting the Arkham franchise.
Yup.
And, you know...
It was a good speech.
And also the voice actors that did a great job. And so, I mean, he seemed like, wow, like, this guy is a class act. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because some people are just like, you know, just grab the award like, yeah, in your face or something. No, nobody really did that.
It was really weird. The only weird part of the show is, you know that Baldur's Gate won last year. And that game, like, had some, like, woke elements to it and stuff like that. So this dude goes up there.
Sort of.
He was the only, he was really the only one that had a cringe speech.
Oh, no.
So he goes up there and he talks about how it's important that developers, like, if they're, if they put their ideology in and they're not having fun, then gamers shouldn't have fun. And it was all kinds of weird stuff. And he's like, all right, I'll finally announce the winner. And he says, hey, whoever wins next year, he says, just so you know, you have 3 minutes to have a speech if you wanted. He says, I took it. And I was just kind of like, half the time he's mumbling, he's talking about stuff. It's like, I think my brain just went to sleep mode when he was talking. It's just kind of like, okay.
Oh, so he was just talking about some stuff.
He was just rambling about nonsense. And
Isn't
they also
supposed to say, and the winner is...
Yeah, they also gave an award to some guy that has basically been doing, like, therapy for, like, all the woke people fired. Called it a game changer award. Yeah, he made a YouTube channel where basically he was telling people who got fired from the game industry, like, how to get back into gaming and all this other stuff. And He made this YouTube channel and he got, I don't know what happened to him. He got some type of award.
It's,
But that was it. Like, everything else...
So just 2 cringe things.
There was like 2 cringe things out of a 4-hour thing, yeah. I was really surprised. I was like, wow.
So the whole thing being cringe how it usually is.
Yeah. I was like...
Well, that's cool that
so,
Snoop Dogg performed.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg performed,
cool.
and he also announced that he bought a game studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
It is, actually.
So, I wonder what kind of games he's gonna make. That would be kind of interesting.
I don't know what he's gonna make.
I bet he'll make some games with some of his music in it, or inspired by his music.
He says he wants to do something R&B related, but he also likes things like Grand Theft Auto and some other things, so I guess we'll see what he creates, but...
Maybe he'll try to save Grand Theft Auto
No,
from becoming
it's too late.
like censored or whatever that whatever they're gonna do to destroy it.
Unfortunately, it's too late. They announced that the game has been in development since 2020.
You doing okay?
I'm just not used to this.
Don't worry. I know how to drive this thing.
Sitting in this boat feels better now.
Good. Got a feeling we'll spend some time.
The craziest thing
Really?
about
Madre.
the Game Awards, though, was like every game that they showed and the upcoming games for 2025, 2026, all the character models for
Yeah,
every
looked good.
game, including the Western ones, all looked good.
Yeah, when I was playing Marvel Rivals this week, I've had several people come by and be like, "Oh my god." They're like, the character models look nice, like the girls look nice, and the guys look cool, and they're like, it's like gaming is becoming normal.
Yep.
And it's like, this is how games normally looked, though. Like, it's so weird that
We are coming out of the Dark Ages.
It's like, oh, Black Widow looks pretty in this. Wow, I'm confused why she looks pretty. It's like, but she always looks pretty. But it's like, people aren't used to that because it was like, it was so messed up for so long. Like, you know, Black Widow probably would have been like 4,000 pounds, like if she had been made 4 years
The
ago.
The Witcher 4 stars one of the girls from the Witcher series as like the new Witcher, but she looks pretty.
Yeah.
She kicks butt and takes names, but she looks pretty. Although, I mean, she does look bloodthirsty and scary, but, I mean, at least she's, I guess you would say attractive for, like, video game standards.
But isn't Geralt, like, isn't he, like, immortal or something?
In The Witcher 3, it kind of tells you that his story kind of ends and he trains her.
Oh.
So she took over from him. So she's the new Witcher. Maybe he'll show up in the game, I don't know. Or maybe he's dead, I don't know.
I mean, how could he die, though? He's, like, immortal.
Kind of immortal.
Or not immortal, like, he's pretty... It's like a vampire or something.
I wouldn't say a vampire.
I don't really know. I know he has white hair and he's super strong. Well, I was like, if they want somebody to save Grand Theft Auto and make it how it used to be, I mean, I don't really play the Grand Theft Auto, but they should hire that guy who's that family-friendly developer that was throwing all those F-bombs around.
Yeah, that was
He
so
should make
weird.
Grand Theft Auto because it seems like he's comfortable with that.
You had the take two guy.
Where are you going?
Yeah, with his 2 daughters there.
Oh, I straight up murdered that guy.
Oh my god.
I put the rope around his neck and I pulled. He's dead.
Oh my god.
I didn't know you could do that.
Well, now you know.
Whoops. He's dead, guys.
Who's the villain now?
Oh!
Nice that you're all friends.
I don't know, Indy's just being Indy.
As
Ah!
I was falling asleep, I saw Harrison Ford there as they were falling asleep. But I can't, if I was Troy, I mean, obviously Troy Baker is confident in his voice acting. But I think most people would have been really nervous with
Why am I not punching anybody?
mimicking, having to stand there knowing they mimicked him for the whole game. And I think they mentioned the other guy that voice acted Indy in other games. I thought they mentioned, they said there were some other guys that voice acted you in the past. I thought thought they said that.
No,
but
when they were saying,
asleep.
I thought they were gonna bring
When
back
they said another
the
guy.
dude who used to play Indiana Jones, but they did bring back the original Indy. It was Harrison Ford. They were building up to Harrison.
Oh, that was the other guy. They said there, and there was another guy. That was him. That is him. But it doesn't make any... Wow, Luke.
Well, now I know I can do it.
But that didn't make any sense because Indy didn't even voice himself in the games. There was another guy that voiced him. It's like... But he didn't voice himself in the... They meant he voiced himself in the movie.
Oh, shoot. No, no guns!
Oh, they mean there was another guy who played Indiana Jones. And that was Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
I thought they were trying to say there was another guy who voiced Indiana Jones in the game. Good job.
Oh.
Well, my teeth already hurt from... Good.
So much for stealth. Oh, that guy's twitching funny. Let's give him... You probably could use...
What does it mean?
What?
It just means... I mean, I would think, like, you... How would... I mean, if you are on the internet, most people know what that means.
What?
It means that they censor the game to please people that are game activists.
Oh, what woke means? Woke is gender ideology, identity politics.
They tell the game developers that their game isn't good enough and they force them to change it.
What is that word? It's like extreme feminism. They belittle the male character. They have ugly character models.
Like, this game doesn't have that because the Gina isn't really... She's a little snarky, but Indiana Jones has self-respect. He can stand up for himself.
That company.
It means they ruin the game and make it cringe terrible. Oh.
Best way to explain it: look at Concord, then look at First Descendant, or look at Fortnite and look at Concord. Concord is a woke game. Dustborn was a woke game. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a normal game. Arkham Shadow is a normal game. Dragon Age Veilguard is a woke game.
Well,
That's what it is. You can see the difference in how character models are done, how the storytelling, all that stuff. It's a night and day difference.
should name it cringe instead.
I mean, it was the dark age of gaming. And it's kind of funny that it happened during the pandemic is when a lot of this stuff began.
Yeah.
Clear.
Cringe gaming.
Yep, but it's over now. Unfortunately, the biggest casualty of the woke era is going to be Ubisoft. Ubisoft is being sold as a private company. So, whatever happens to Ubisoft, it probably won't be called Ubisoft anymore. Like, that, it's going to be chopped up and sold because they had too many failures. Even the people who made the Prince of Persia game are, like, going to lose their job. And that Prince of Persia game, the Lost Crown or whatever, was actually pretty good. Yeah.
Jinx.
Sucks.
I don't even... I thought they were gonna make a sequel to that or something.
There was plans to.
I really didn't see anything cringe in that game. I liked it, actually.
It was just a normal game.
But it's because all Ubisoft is having problems that they're...
I mean, they didn't even have a trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadow, which comes out, in 2025.
There's no money.
Nope.
If nobody buys your game, you don't have any money.
Yep. Yep. There was nobody there talking about game activism at all, like really, except for the dude who was there to announce the winner of the Game Awards. I was like, okay, that's weird. I was like, I was waiting for somebody to Hollywood grandstand, so it was one guy. And it was like, No one cheered for him, though. I was like, wow. The biggest win of the night was the Helldivers guy there that basically told the woke people to get bent earlier this year. Like, was there to... Not only they had a stage performance for Helldivers to announce Zombie DLC, but also, like, they were there to present an award for something.
Yeah.
You also had the Max Payne developer was there, and he did an award. He said things against woke people, like, on Twitter and stuff like that. He's defended gamers. So, I mean, it was basically tonight's Game Awards, to me, was a clear indication that healing is happening in the game industry. It's slow, but you would never, like, 2 years ago, you would never have, like, woke and what they would call anti-woke people on the same stage.
Right, people have different opinions on the same stage that both made good games.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say those people are anti-woke. I would say they're just
that's the terminology they use.
That's what people use, but I would say those people are just, please don't tell me how to do my job. Leave me alone, people.
Yep.
It's not so much that they don't like including people in their games. They probably already have included people. They just, you know, they probably just don't want to be told. They don't want to be forced. They don't want to be pushed around by people.
Yeah, like the Helldivers people were being pressured by folks to include stuff in their game they didn't want. And they basically told them to take a hike. And then they were, like, trying to get them canceled because they stood up for themselves.
Like, it's their game. Like, you know.
It was really surprising, though, that Fortnite didn't win the award. Like, for ongoing game, Helldivers 2 won. And everybody was shocked. Like, not in the audience and everything. Like, nobody really clapped at all. They went up there, they did their thing, and then he did, at the end of his speech, he was like, for Super Earth, and he held up his hand, like the Super Earth, like, slogan is you hold up your fist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for, Fortnite?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, for, Helldivers...
I'm sorry, honey, I'm just out of it, I'm sorry.
I know, Helldivers are the guys with the,
I'm sorry, I don't know too much about it.
I'm trying to explain it to you. Helldivers are the guys that wear, like, all black and they have, like, yellow trim and capes. And it's basically, like... Do you remember Earth Defense Force where you fight, like, giant aliens and stuff? Yeah. So these are guys... It's kind of like Starship Troopers mixed with Earth Defense Force. And they go around and they liberate planets. And they die a lot and they all look the same because they're wearing uniforms, so they're just easily replaced.
Earth Defense Force, but with, like, evil underground monsters?
There are monsters in it, yeah. But the Super Earth people are the protagonists. They're the people you play as.
Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry. I should have looked that up.
It's a really fun game. It's just, it's really gory and violent. Yeah. We have it. It's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking, like... I was just thinking... I mean, I was telling Luke, like, if I was Nintendo and they were, like, yelling at me, like, oh, you didn't... Because the IGN gave them that review that they didn't represent enough, even though they had, like, a woman scientist in their game and everything.
You're not... Here's the thing that's great about all this. All those weird, like, categories have been put into gaming, like, you know, not enough diversity and all that other stuff. All that stuff's going to be taken out of, like, game rankings and stuff now, because if you're attached to that kind of nonsense, you're going to, like, basically go out of business now. Because all that stuff is from, you know, the pandemic era. Like, none of that stuff, you can't be taken seriously talking about that stuff anymore.
If they had just pushed it a tiny bit, people wouldn't have minded, but they just pushed it so much that people were just sick of it. Like,
that's because they didn't know what breaks were. Where's my boat?
It was like once they got what they wanted, then they pushed for more and more to the point where they just harassed, and they did harass people.
Oh yeah.
Their companies even said they, like, hacked people and harassed them and everything. Like what kind of people would do that?
Crazies. Whoops. Well, so how do I find where I'm supposed to go? Oh, here we go. This must be it.
No one will ever, I mean, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to get attacked again, but it's like, I hope that people stop attacking us, even though we haven't done anything.
Oh, they'll keep attacking us because they want us gone.
But
they DDoSed us several times during the Power Ranger stream and during your Marvel Rival stream.
But But
And at the end of the Game Awards.
Aren't they attacking us because of the same things they did for these companies, though?
Yeah.
Like, they're stopping to attack the companies.
Oh, no. They're still trying to attack the companies. There are people right now, the activists are trying to get Marvel Rivals. They're trying to put pressure into them to change the character designs.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Even though that's literally what a lot of people are buying the game for, is the nice character designs.
They're calling the character designs, they're calling the females in Marvel Rivals male gaze bait and Rule 32. Rule 34.
What's Rule 34?
It's a porno site.
Gross.
Yeah, so the activists are trying to shame people that are playing Marvel Rivals.
But if the characters are wearing clothes, then they're not doing anything. That's what I get upset about. It's like, why...
Yeah, I said these people are weirdos.
Like with Tifa, for instance, like, people act like she's so whatever. It's like, well, she's wearing a skirt and a top. She's not wearing nothing. She's allowed to exist.
Guess we're supposed to...
I don't really understand, like... All of the characters in Marvel Rivals are fully covered up. I don't really understand.
We're supposed to find some type of entrance.
If you're on that kind of website, you wouldn't be... They're wearing normal clothes. It doesn't have to do with your body type. It has to do with if you're wearing clothes or not.
I know.
I don't really understand their point.
I'm just telling you that's what they're saying.
They're crazy. So they're saying all beautiful people. What? What are they trying to say?
You nailed it. They're saying that if somebody is attractive, then basically they're,
They're saying that all beautiful people, all they're supposed to do is do X-rated websites. They can't just live a normal life and happen to be beautiful.
I'm just telling you what their argument is.
I don't really understand the problem.
That's what they're saying.
Isn't that kind of like
prejudice
against beautiful people?
Here's the good news. The developer who made the game basically did what Helldivers did and told them to get bent. So, I mean, more and more people are going to stand up to these weirdos, and they're losing power every day. You know, by the time 2025 rolls around in 2026, like, all this will be a bad memory. Like, no one will even remember it, because all the games coming out over the next, like, year or two, they all look normal. Yeah, some of them has, like, kick-butt females as the leads and stuff, but
what do the people look like that are these game activists? Like, I would like to know...
Freaks and weirdos.
They're angry about the character models look good. What do they look like? Do they go draw...
Freaks.
Because, like, it's I mean, it's actually good to, like...
They look like the character models that they were pushing in games.
I mean,
they basically, if you want to know what these activist weirdos look like, look at the character designs for Concord and Dustborn. There you go. That's them in a nutshell.
But, like, we've already, like, it's like...
It's true.
But it's like the superheroes in games are in terrific shape, but that's because they're superheroing all the time. They're running around and fighting bad guys 24/7. I mean, it's like when I was little and I wanted to be a professional soccer player, and they had professional soccer players come to talk to our team, and they were like, well, you're going to be outside, you know, practicing soccer for at least 6 hours a day minimum, training. Just like, you know, if you were Vegeta or something, you'd be training that long. So obviously, if you're training more than 6 hours a day as a professional sports athlete, you're going to be in better shape than somebody sitting on the couch for 6 hours a day. You're going to look good. It's just normal.
It's common sense.
Your body is normally going to start looking good when you're training that long. It's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would be weird if they didn't look good. It would...
Yep.
It's like these people have never exercised or been part of a sports team or something. They don't understand that you would actually start to look really good.
Yeah,
you'd be training
if I'm being completely honest, when they had the section about all these people that lost their jobs and they had like the who's who of like freaks on there, like I was kind of laughing to myself because it was just like they were saying, we love gaming. We don't understand why any of this happened. It's like, shut up. Yes, you do. You know why this happened. You know exactly why this happened. These are the same people that made fun of gamers all the time and called gamers Nazis and toxic and stuff like that. And, you know, the male gaze is the problem and gamers are evil. And now they're begging for their jobs. It's like they got what they deserved.
It's not really the male. That's the problem. That's their whole. That's what I hate. Is like, women are allowed to be pretty without people saying you're doing it for the male gaze. Because how do you know why they're doing it? They might be doing it because they just want to be in shape. Like, why would women have to? They're not allowed to. Women aren't allowed to wear like a pretty dress without saying they're doing it to. That's not true. Some people just want to look nice.
Is there another river up ahead? Like, cause where we need to go is here.
That's why I don't. I mean, I like wearing dresses, but sometimes I don't even wear dresses because people always look at me weird. Like, why are you wearing a dress? It's like, do I need a reason? I don't understand. Like, it's like that's how society is today. It's like, oh, why are you happy? Why does your outfit look nice? Why did you make yourself look nice? It's like, because I just felt like it. I don't understand why it would have to be the male gaze. That's just so stupid.
It's just a buzzword that they use. Anything that looks like it's attractive, they want to make fun of it.
Like Sunan told us.
He said he talked to it. It wasn't just some statue.
We finally made it.
He's a storyteller. He exaggerated.
Let's head away, Indy. It'll blow us all up.
Underwater tunnel.
So this is a rebreather. They didn't actually have these yet. So this is some fantasy elements in 1937.
Just imagine being a game activist and sitting there and being like, oh, these character models make me feel uncomfortable, and then, then I get what I want. All the character models are 4 trillion pounds, and then it's like, okay, and then I'm sitting there crying, playing the game, like, yes, now everyone's as miserable as I am. It's like, I don't understand why they want everyone to be as miserable as they, like, I was just thinking, like, if game companies, like, did something like, I think, like, Japan, like, they actually, I thought I remember something about Japan where they actually, they are involved in their employees' health, like, they give them extra points
What is that?
if they eat, like, a salad
Yak in
or
the water.
something.
Like Sunan told us.
He said he talked to it. It wasn't just some statue. I think you should swim down and take a look.
I'm planning on
I
it.
think you should swim down and take a look. Okay, Gina.
We only have one rebreather.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't...
Suna mentioned a tunnel underwater. You want to take a swim, Jones?
Oh, okay. That was a nicer way to ask.
Now we put the rebreather on.
Yeah.
And now we're in Tomb Raider.
Well, that was cool that Harrison Ford was in there, though.
Yep, Harrison Ford showed up to get his paycheck. And then we got to see how tall Troy Baker is. Troy Baker's a freaking giant.
He's taller than Harrison Ford?
He's taller than most people I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think this is the right way to go.
Honestly, I'd be scared to go down here.
Whoa, 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 easy, guys. Let's not fight like that.
Link, you need to pick a new girl to,
No, that's too rough.
like, no, I'm saying, Zelda doesn't like you, and also you're way too rough.
Yeah. You can't be that rough with girls. They don't like it.
I don't even like if, like, Luke pats me on the head and it's like, Luke's hand is too heavy.
Hi.
Oh, that guy's been down there for a while.
Yeah, he fell. And he couldn't get out. So he probably starved to death.
Well, I really like how Marvel Rivals look. I really hope they don't change it.
They're not going to change it. They stood up for themselves. If you say you're sorry, and you bow down to these weirdos, then it's over.
That's why I like playing as, like, Storm and stuff, because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if they change her and make her look not cute anymore, I don't think it's fun to play.
Yeah. That era of gaming is ending. Because, I mean, you look at all the stuff coming out. Yes, there's still, like... I think people misunderstand that it's completely gone. Like, people are celebrating, it's over, it's over. It's like, they're in their death kneels. It's not finished yet, because you have to remember there were games...
How long is this tunnel?
...in development from 2020 and 2023 and 2022. And some of those games, not all of them.
Yeah.
Because Japan was paying attention to what was happening over here. So some of those games will have things. Like, Fable looks terrible. Like, the new Fable is, like,
Yeah.
you know, definitely made for people that bought like Dragon Age or Dragon Age: The Veilguard. They're the type of people who will buy that or not buy it. They won't buy it. They'll praise it, but they won't buy it. And so some of those games will exist, but you're going to see a more normal approach to things like the way that Marvel Rivals and Helldivers and Indiana Jones and things like that, and even The Witcher 4 is an indication that things are going back to normal.
The yak in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
Told us.
And all normal was normal-looking character designs, fun games, and no politics.
Let's just hope he spoke the truth about
Yeah,
because
like,
gamers don't like that in their games.
They really don't. The whole thing about like that female characters are pretty for men isn't actually true, because females like playing as pretty female characters as well. Mm-hmm. Like, otherwise, why are My Little Ponies cute?
Also,
guys don't play with My Little Ponies. Girls do.
That one game you wanted to look at, that Nikki thing, already has amassed over 20 million downloads. And that's that cutesy anime game,
I forgot
Nikki
to
something.
Read Doesn't R's post on that.
Yeah.
Doesn't R gave a paragraph about that. Oh, hi Luke and Amber. Hope you both are well. Currently playing Nikki. It's so adorbs. I wish I could be an Ultimate member, and due to YouTube, I won't accept my payment.
Patreon.
Okay, you can always become an Ultimate on Patreon, Doesn't R. Thank you for wanting to be one, though.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
A lot of times they don't do that because they're trying to...
Yeet us.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it hard for... We've lost a lot of income because people haven't been able to renew their memberships, which is a pain.
The creator of Astrobot said he is thanking Nintendo for letting Astrobot win it. And that's just winning salt in the wound, says wait.
That was really interesting. So, like, it's Sony's 30th anniversary, right? Yeah. And the video game that he worked on was part of Sony's 30th anniversary. Yeah. So what does he do when he goes up to get his game award? He thanks Nintendo for creating platformers. And everyone was just shocked. And I was just like, you go, guy! Because he says... When he was a little kid in like the 1980s, he grew up playing Nintendo games. And he said Super Mario, like by name. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. But the thing is, he was supposed to be going up there for Sony. And he even looked over at his colleagues. He's like, I wasn't going to say this, but he says, I'm going to say it because I wasn't expecting this. And they're shaking their heads like, no. And he's like, I'm so thankful for Nintendo for making Super Mario. And I'm just like, dang, he did.
Oh my gosh. Will he get in trouble with the executive?
Yeah, probably going to get in trouble, but I don't think he's going to get fired. Some people are like, well, he's going to get fired. It's like, no, I don't think so. Wow. But it was really sweet the way he was talking about it, because he was like, it was my childhood. He says, I played Super Mario in 1989, and he says it changed my whole life. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, James Graves. That's very kind of you.
But I was like, wow, I can't believe he did that.
It's like, people don't realize that girls want to play as a cute female character as well. Like, I don't really understand why nobody gets that.
Well,
like, it's also the female gaze, or whatever you want to call it.
2024 was the end of woke gaming because, like, Concord failed, Star Wars Outlaws failed, Dustborn failed. There were several other games that came out this year too that like basically had that same archetype. They all failed. Several game studios that ushered in that kind of stuff all crumbled and, turned to dust basically. And Ubisoft is the next one that's probably going to die. It's sad because we've known great people at Ubisoft, but they've already made their own game studio. They jumped ship. They left. The really talented people at Ubisoft have already made 2 new developers. One from the guy who did Rayman and Rayman Raving Rabbids and the Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom thing. He jumped ship and created his own studio with a former Rare composer. So they're going to be starting to make games. They'll probably release their first game in 2026. Then you have the people that worked on Splinter Cell and the Assassin's Creed franchise, and they made their own studio that they're going to announce the name like in the coming weeks.
I just think like people just don't understand. Like, for instance, like a lot of people like obviously like Assassin's Creed 2, and Ezio's he has all that riz and he's very handsome and that. I doubt guys would want to play that game if Ezio, you know, wasn't awesome with the ladies and also really handsome and everything. They wouldn't want to play as him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. It's like they, you know, it's like you get to sort of be Ezio, or, you know, and that's the same with females. Like I wouldn't want to play as, you know, Black Widow if she didn't look cute in the game, in the Marvel. Like why do people assume it's for the other? You know, why do they assume it's for people being? Why do they assume the character model has to look good so people be attracted to them? It actually has to do with the player wanting to be them because they look.
That's just how they are.
They're crazy thinking that.
They don't like gamers. They always, and these people that work at IGN and all these other places now, they're from that mindset
Yeah, but
where
the
they
mindset is
secretly
wrong.
they secretly hate gamers and they hate game culture. And basically, what happened at the Game Awards tonight is game culture won. Like it wasn't the other side. The other side has been winning the Game Awards for like 3 years, and they've had these weird commercials, and they've, you know, did this and that, and you know, it's starting to go back to how, because the Game Awards was always kind of a fun thing, like almost like when it started 10 years ago. It was up until like the pandemic, like right around like 2019, the Game Awards started to get really weird.
Yeah.
Right around the time of The Last of Us 2 is when the Game Awards got really, really weird. And people stopped watching it. And people started to make fun of it and all this other stuff. It's because it wasn't for gamers anymore. This year's show really felt like gamers. And they brought back everything that people liked from the Game Awards. The flute guy from the orchestra was back, and he was going nuts with his flute solos, which that was kind of cool to see again. I like Flute Guy. I think he's fun. And, you know, pretty much every game that was there deserved to be there, except for everybody thought that the Elden Ring DLC was weird.
Yeah, because it's not a new game.
But here's the thing. This is what I like about Jeff Keighley, is he was actually okay with ribbing himself, because he had the old men from the Muppets were there razzing him the entire show, saying the kind of stuff that the gamers have been saying about Jeff Keighley for years, that he's a sellout and that, you know, why in the world would you have... Yeah, he was making fun of himself. That's how you know that Jeff Keighley is an okay guy, is he can literally roast himself and still put on a good show. So when you had the old men from the Muppets there, it was really funny.
Yeah, I was falling asleep when that happened, yeah.
But they ribbed him really good. They talked about Elden Ring. They talked about like him being a sellout. They talked about some of the weird game choices over the years, and you know, it was funny. The audience wasn't laughing, but I was laughing, because it's like the audience is like, wait a second, this is kind of mean. It's like, but it's funny. Jeff was showing that, you know, because that's the kind of stuff gamers like. Gamers like when people don't take themselves too seriously, because it's not Hollywood. It's not supposed to be Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly.
It's our own entertainment medium. It's not Hollywood. And what's been happening for a while is it became Hollywoodized, to the extent where it didn't feel like it was a thing for gamers anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have heard people like talking in the chat and stuff for a few years, and I've heard people say stuff like, well, they're like, there's so many weird games out right now that are just pushed agendas that I don't even feel like I like anything that's happening, and I might not even buy any more new games. I might just buy old games for the next, 7 years or something. So, like, the fact that people can't even buy any new games because all of them are so bad, I mean, it just shows that people just don't like it, what's being pushed, because every new game is terrible, or it has been. Hopefully now it's like they're getting back to normal, because what people just aren't buying. Instead of like, oh, I'm gonna choose between this horrible game and this one, they're just like, I choose option 3. I'm not gonna buy any of them.
Mechanism isn't working.
I'm just gonna wait until the gaming industry changes. I don't like any of these. A lot of people are buying older games. I would, yeah.
And do I still have more cogwheels? Oh, I do. Well, I guess just see what happens now. Think that's right? Oh! That did something!
That's done. Now the other side.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happens if I take this out? Oh, okay. And just stick that there. Take this stuff back with us. And take this stuff too.
Oh. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Game Wing and Hats and Facts.
Basically what it was.
Like, I get to see people...
The Game Awards show was a clear indication that the game industry is healing. That's what I took it as. Because I have skipped watching the Game Awards for years.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's what happened to Hollywood, and even cable and stuff, where people, they were pushing so much stuff on cable that people didn't like, that people were just like, fine, I'm getting Netflix. Yep. I don't even want to watch this anymore.
Yep.
I mean, they've already ostracized so many people, like, or the movie theater. People have stopped going to the movie theater as much. I mean, Hollywood has literally ostracized people so much that they've stopped going to the movie theater, stopped watching cable. And then they tried to take people's games, and then people stopped playing new games. They just started playing old games. I mean, it's like, what are they... They're like, oh, what? They're like, well, you have to play one of these terrible games. You have to choose. It's like, no, I don't. I don't have to get any of these games. Like, you've ruined all of them. You've ruined every single one.
Easy, don't destroy my couch, you little furball.
I mean, I was explaining it to one person, like, somebody was asking me, they're like, why were they able to change cable and Netflix and everything, but they haven't been able to change gaming? And I don't know, it's my own personal explanation. I was saying, well, if you buy a game, it's $60, number one, but also you have to play as this character for probably 2 or 3 hours potentially. So if you don't like it, it's going to be really annoying. Whereas if you just watch a TV show, you're just sitting there. It could even be more than 2 or 3 hours. It could be like 6 or 7 hours of the character. And if they make the character terrible and you hate them, why would you want to play the game for 6 or 7 hours when they've ruined your story? You're not going to want to play. You're not going to want to spend $60 on it when they've destroyed it. Luke explained it to me before that a game story can be way longer than a movie.
Bingo
like
bongo.
A game can be like an extremely long time.
Mm-hmm.
You could be playing that for months.
Yep.
So,
depending on how long the game is, yeah.
So if you ruin the story to the point where it's horrible, then it's going to affect you a lot more than if you just sit there and waste 2 hours of your life watching a terrible movie.
Oops. I don't know if I did this right, but...
Well, I'm glad it was somewhat normal.
It did feel kind of normal. Or it was much better than it has been.
It was... Yeah, it
was a lot
right.
of the game reveals were not very exciting.
Like, I don't even know if so Mario and Luigi Brothership is never going to get nominated then. Or is it going to get nominated next year?
Sometimes games that released in December and late November end up as nominations in the Game Awards, and sometimes they don't. Like, some of the nominations that I saw on there I recognized, but I recognized as games that came out, like, the year before. Yeah. Usually, history has shown that for the Game Awards, most of the games that win have either released in September or at the very, latest, June or May.
Yeah.
Anything earlier than that, it's very hard to win because you're no longer in the people's subconscious. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was a fantastic game, and it ushered in 2024, but it released so late, for the Game Awards things, that a lot of people forgot how amazing that game was. Like, I personally think it should have won Game of the Year. It was amazing. But a lot of people were done playing that game before the summer even rolled around. Like, they were done with that game before the spring came out. And Monster Hunter is going to have a hard time, too, if it gets nominated for Game of the Year next year, because Monster Hunter is coming out in the winter of 2025. It's coming out in January or February.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's a good point. Amazing Spider Guys is. It's also due to the fact people subscribe to Netflix. They're subscribed to for the legacy content. They don't pay $70 per thing that they're buying. Whereas if you don't, whereas somebody doesn't buy a game that's $70, it sends a clear message. Yeah, that makes sense. And Zach was like, just so you know, Astrobot won Game of the Year.
Yes.
Yeah, Luke was telling me. Thank you, Captain.
It didn't just win Game of the
I'm
Year,
glad.
though. It won
I think
like
it deserved
multiple
it.
categories.
I think it deserved everything. It was great. They can win every category. I don't care. Except for I'm glad Final Fantasy won something.
Final Fantasy at least won one award this year. It did not win any awards like 4 years ago. Last of Us, I believe, won everything.
It's sad. I feel like Final Fantasy was constantly raw. They should have won more than they did, but...
Oh, I mean, so much work went into Final Fantasy. They've been working on... Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake were made around the same time. So they were in development for a very long time.
No offense, but like, every time people want me to play that game, The Last of Us, it's like...
I don't like The Last of Us.
As far as I know, it's just a bunch of teenagers exploring their feelings, which is not a game that I am interested in whatsoever. I do not... When I was in high school, I wasn't a fan of teenagers, and I'm not a fan of teenagers' feelings now either. It's not anything that I would ever want to do. Ever. Not something I'm interested in.
You think this will work? Like, maybe if I go like this?
It doesn't seem like a plot to me.
Why is that not going in now? Let's try that. I mean, I literally filled all the spaces. Are you being for reals right now? It didn't work? How did it not work?
I don't know when the next, yeah, I mean, I think Final Fantasy should have won last year. Like, a lot of awards, but whatever.
I don't
When will the next part of Final Fantasy come out? I don't know.
4 years.
Several years, because they had to put so much work into it. And this year it was, people didn't buy the game because they thought it was censored. And it wasn't even censored that bad. That's what I don't like about a lot of websites, like, made people not buy it. They were like, the game is censored and everything. All they did was put one, well, they did make a change on the game I didn't like, which is messed up the grinding system of that. The level up system was messed up.
Yeah, the level up system.
But I didn't have any problem with the, quote, censorship, which is just... All I could see was they added one undershirt to one of Tifa's outfits one time. I really don't think that that is censoring the game. I mean...
There we go.
That's both of them done.
Wow, great job, honey. You're becoming really good at that.
I'm trying to get the patience for it. But you know. So I guess we call that gear puzzle. Now what, Indy?
Let's try this.
Oh, cutscene means I did something right. I still can't get over how much Troy Baker sounds like. It's creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy.
Hey, buddy. Maybe with pickles.
He's cute.
Jones!
Belongs in a museum. Oh, okay. Whoa. I think we found it.
Wow. What's that?
Gina.
Jones?
Gina!
Oh. Stay still.
I am being still.
Don't move.
That was a big
Snake.
Uh-oh.
What?
This place gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Snake people.
The Hebe what?
That took some of my health from that. Okay, let's heal Indy. Gave me the heebie-jeebies. She has good eyesight to see all the way down there.
Yep.
I am so happy that this game kept Indy's personality, though, because they took his personality away from, essentially, the Disney movie. The last one he was in, the Dial of Destiny. Like, they made that movie, like, super woke. And Indy was just, like...
Oh.
It was almost like Indy was being apologetic for being a man. It was disgusting. He was also, like, a whiny old man, and it was horrible to see my hero... basically like debased to that type of like just mockery. It was like, ugh.
That's annoying.
It is annoying.
Easy now.
They build this.
This game is, for me, this is that Indiana Jones movie that I wanted to see. Like, the story of this game, it has the same love and attention that the story of Staff of Kings had. And the Staff of Kings movie originally was like pitched by Steven Spielberg to be like before the Crystal Skull. It was going to be the next Indiana Jones movie, but George Lucas said no. So it ended up, they took the storyboards and the script and they ended up turning the Staff of Kings into a video game instead. But the composer who was brought in, you know, who they wanted to do the movie score because they couldn't get John Williams, that was the guy who did the music for Staff of Kings, and of course he's the same gentleman who does the music for The Great Circle.
Beneath the surface.
What if there is a way to one of those towers sticking up from the water?
Good thinking. Let's take a look.
But of course the Staff of Kings was never turned into a novel because they ran out of time. And also the dude who was working on the Crystal Skull, they made the Crystal Skull novelization instead of Staff of Kings, which Staff of Kings would have made a great novel.
Do you see a way in?
No, maybe at the next tower.
But we did get a novel with Indy and his dad for One Last Adventure, Finding the Spear of Destiny, which I think would make a great video game. If somehow Bethesda like sells a lot of these, like the next Indiana Jones game that I think they should do would be one with his father, The Last Adventure with his dad to get the Spear of Destiny. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Because Henry Jones Sr. passed away in 1951.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Marcus passed away in 1952. So he lost his dad and Marcus like within like 1 year. But they did reconcile in 1938. Henry and his dad reconciled.
That's right.
Which is why they go on the adventure in the Staff of Kings co-op game.
Game Wing says I turn around and run strongly just like snakes, says Hats and Facts. Game Wing says I have a weird idea. How about Indy loses an eye and it does death trap?
Yeah, he needs to lose an eye because Indiana Jones in the future in 1992 is missing an eye or wears an eye patch.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yep. Well, in 1992, he's like 90-something.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. He appears in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles was actually a really good TV show.
Well, hi, Jacob Langlet says...
We don't have that on DVD, though.
What a swamp. Definitely, Jacob. Yeah, we're in a weird swamp.
Swamp slash...
Yeah, hope you had a good day at work, Jacob. Good to see you.
This is like the rivers of Vietnam.
Did you see the Spirit of Destiny, says Captain Zach? It's the Spear of Destiny.
Spear of Longulus.
Yep.
The Roman who pierced Jesus' side on the cross. They gave him his own mythology. And that the spear, because it pierced Jesus, it had magical properties. And Mustache Man actually, in real life, tried to find the Spear of Destiny because he thought it held mythical powers.
It's still in so the original spear. They did a History Channel special of it. The original spear is still in Austria. I was a little nervous about it because they did a video on a History Channel in which they took the spear onto a boat and they were filming it, and they were saying, so this is the Spear of Destiny, and they were like filming it, and the person was holding it and they were on a boat, and I'm thinking like, you better not drop that. And the person was like, how do you know the spear is the real one and not replaced? And they actually did like a History Channel did like a what do you call that? Like they tried to date the spear and see what date it was. And I don't remember what they came up with, but whatever spear is in Austria, that's the one that people believe is the Spear of Destiny.
We have to go for a swim.
I would not want to swim in this water. It's very muddy.
I think we're gonna run into a snake person.
Well, Napoleon was also looking for it, I think, says Alpha. Yeah, a lot of people have been looking for that spear. They say that everyone who has held the spear throughout history has been...
Oh!
What just happened? What was that? What was that?
I don't know. Giant squirrel? In the water? Probably don't want to go in there.
Well, I mean, I think it has been, every person who's ever had the spear has been victorious in battle. Let's see, I can look it up. I don't know. Stand by what I said earlier, says Hats and Facts. I'd run because I strongly dislike snakes, says Hats and Facts. Disturbing. Gina's super chill. She's just like, meh. She's like, good thing we only have one rebreather, that, or whatever you call it.
How am I supposed to get over there?
Yeah, well, I guess there'll be no controversies in gaming after they go back to normal. So
I mean, there's always controversies in gaming, but
console wars.
probably console wars again.
At least that'll be better than what we had.
Yeah, it was getting kind of annoying where people... I mean, they're still having a field day right now. It's beautiful to see, but they're yelling and screaming at Capcom over Mai. From, you know, Mai from Streets of...
Yeah, I know Mai is,
yeah. They're having a... I
don't understand.
Yeah, they're having problems with it.
It makes me upset. I don't like it when people are mad at Mai because Mai just looks like a normal woman, so I don't understand what their problem is. Well, she's very beautiful, but it's like, this is how women look. I don't understand their problem.
Oh my gosh.
Luke?
Indy scream.
Luke, we need to get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I love Indy's like scream underwater. That was so great. It was like, it's so in character with him.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what I want to know is how in the world did Troy Baker, like, capture Harrison Ford's performance as Indiana Jones and translate that into a game? It is!
It's obviously kind of insane. It feels like he was possessed by Harrison Ford because it's impossible.
Well, they call him the Mimic. The reason why they call Troy Baker the Mimic is because he has the ability to mimic a lot of like amazing vocal performances for character, which is why he gets so many roles. Is because he can sound like almost anybody. Almost.
It says it is not fun. I mean, I'm on a website here about museum replicas. The Holy Lance that pierced the side of Jesus Christ in the crucifixion, the Spear of Longinus, forged by. It says it's forged by the it says it was forged by. Oh, the huge lore now. Forged by Phineas, the Hebrew prophet. Which I don't know how it went from Phineas to Longinus. Longinus. Wow, Luke, we're gonna die. I don't think we can go out here.
I think we're supposed to.
Spear was, held by, possessed by several. We are going to die. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Oh my gosh.
No!
Oh, wow.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Possessed by Herod the Great, Maurice the Manichaean, Constantine, Theodoric, Justinian, Charlemagne, Otto the Great, Pope John the 12th. It is hard to find the line perfectly. It says Napoleon attempted to seize it, but it was smuggled out of Vienna, and he never found it. It ended up in the Hofburg treasure house in Vienna, where a young Adolf Mittler laid his eyes on it, and he had the feeling that he would get it one day, and then he tried to get it. So that's right, I remember hearing about that, where it was in Vienna, Austria for forever, which is it's crazy. So like everyone who's ever had it, it's like has had power when they like possessed it.
Am I supposed to go in here?
No. I don't know. Luke, do you remember when Troy Baker mimicked Jazz's voice actor from G1 for Fall of Cybertron? Says Wally.
Yes, I do. I was like, who in the world is playing Jazz? And then people said it was Troy Baker. I was like, what?
He is a good actor. He also was a huge fan of Indiana Jones and Uncharted, says Daniel Grant Gaming. I don't blame him, says Mage Wolf. Oh yeah, Mage Wolf doesn't blame Indy for leaving. Any world leader that wants to can gain possession of it. It's supposedly in the Austrian museum right now. Anyone who wanted it could take it. You know, anyone who wanted it can take it out. It's in the museum. They could just walk into the museum and demand it. They could just go in there and break in the museum and take it. The only reason why Napoleon didn't get it, it says it was smuggled out because they didn't want him to get it. So the only way that you wouldn't be able to get it if people knew you were coming, and the Austrian government or the Austrian people that run there are replicas of it. Like they've made replicas of it, like when they clean it and stuff. There's replicas of the spear, so it's possible, like say you were a dictator and you wanted to get the Spear of Destiny, and you told like the Austrian government, I'm coming for the spear or something, and they knew you were coming, they could potentially smuggle it out of Austria like they did when Napoleon tried to get it. That's funny.
So good.
Yeah, but it's sitting, apparently it's sitting right there in the museum. Like, anyone could get the Spear of Destiny. So there's, like, weird theories. Some people think that it's not the real one, that the real one was smuggled out and it's somewhere else, but the Austrian government says it's the real one. So I don't know.
I don't know where the heck we're going.
Oh my god.
I can't see down here. This is the problem, is I can't see. You can't use the map underwater. It's a book.
I think that's what that Mittler guy was trying to do, was
You can't use your book underwater because it's a book. It would get destroyed in the water. So I can't use a map down there.
I think that's what that Mittler guy was trying to do. I think he was trying to get one relic from every part of the world, so he would have to win. You know, get the Spear of Destiny, get something from, you know, like, I don't know, Tibet, get some kind of sacred stone, get something from, you know, I think he was just trying to hold every card possible.
Dang it.
What are we trying to get?
I don't know.
Oh, it has it over there. I don't know. Don't give us ideas, Amber, says Kim.
It's not a croc, it's a giant snake. It's not a crocodile.
There you go. If any of you guys want to conquer the world, the Spear of Destiny is right there in Austria. Terrible idea, Amber, says Kim Wing.
I don't know where they want me to go.
What's our current mission? I don't know.
We don't know.
It just has an objective point, so...
Oh gosh.
I think this is our mission right here. I think we're doing it.
I'm about to drown, though. That's a problem.
There, we have to get in there. I think we have to swim through these tiny tunnels.
Problem is, Indy's gonna drown.
I think you have to move that stone. Oh, I guess we needed to go faster.
We are going faster.
Is it impossible to defeat the snake? I don't know, H. That's a good question.
You don't defeat the snake.
I think you can't defeat it.
You don't defeat the snake. You're supposed to outrun the snake.
And get to the surface quickly. We'll try, OH. I mean, I think that if somebody demanded it, I think the Austrian government is pretty like, they're pretty protective over it, you know? So I think they would probably give a dictator like a replica. That's what I think they would do.
This is how you do it.
Well, you have to get air and then you go back down again.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Water snake. Okay. Now we go back down. Excuse me. Okay, I don't like that noise.
I think it's like if you go between tunnels too long, you can potentially get killed. Oh, there it is. Now we have to get this. I think you have to lift. Yeah, there it is.
But that's gonna use a lot of oxygen.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh my gosh! Look.
I'm trying it.
There.
Almost out of oxygen. No. Don't joke like that.
Wow. Okay, now we have to see where our icon is. I don't know where icon went.
Jesus. That was close.
Easy, Indy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard him. Did he? Oh wait, no, he did say that in Last Crusade, and his father was like, "Junior."
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, "What?"
I
Just
think
like-
you said that because of the fact that they were going after the Holy Grail.
I think his dad hit him too, like with an umbrella or something.
Good for him.
Exactly. Hit him again. What?
So I've never even heard Sean Connery use that expletive ever. Even in a James Bond movie.
I don't know. No,
I didn't
don't
even
think he
hear
did.
him swear a lot in James Bond. He just killed people. Then he'd be like, that guy has a pretty long fall or something. And he would kill people ruthlessly and then
Watch
he'd
that first step.
yeah. Yeah.
It appears he had a plane to catch.
Yeah, Sean Connery was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, as James Bond. Like, the first time I saw him in a James Bond movie, I was like, okay, this guy is the most violent James Bond I've ever seen in my
Didn't
life.
expect this.
No, put that away, Indy.
And also, his movies...
This architecture reminds me of the cave underneath Khufu's pyramid.
We're in a giant's cave.
Where am I? Yeah. In the one of the, or a couple of the movies that I saw with Sean Connery, it's like as soon as the movie begins, it gets violent right at the beginning. It's like, oh, hi, I'm checking out this room, I'm trying to find something, and then the guy comes and he just kills the guy. It's like, alright, within 3 minutes, there's already somebody dead.
I still think one of the most gruesome kills I've ever seen Sean Connery do is in Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. They're being attacked by a German, like, World War II plane, and Sean Connery runs out to the beach with his umbrella, and he sends all the seagulls up to the...
yeah.
The dude basically gets impaled by all these birds, and...
Oh my gosh.
On top of that, before he dies, like, then his plane smashes into a cliff and explodes. It's like...
And then he just makes a joke afterwards.
Yeah,
He makes a joke about something. I forgot what it was.
I have to see the clip again, but he does a pun after, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, PETA would hate that because all the birds were killed.
I think Sean Connery wouldn't care about PETA.
I mean, if
At
it's a
all.
life and death situation, I mean, you're gonna do what you can to survive. That's what people forget about the Indiana Jones movies. I've read some terrible things by Screen Rant and some other people, like, where they say how dated the Indiana Jones movies are and all this other stuff. It's like, of course they're dated. It's supposed to be in 1930s.
I'd like to see them survive situations like that.
They wouldn't. They would probably... They're not strong enough to survive. They wouldn't even think about using an animal to, like, survive or anything. They would die. They're too weak-minded to think of, like, you know, that their survival is more important than, you know. So...
Yeah, I remember like a few times when his dad would say something smirky and look at Indy, he was like, what? Like, he was like, his Harrison Ford's response is like, I don't understand you, Dad.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun because even though they were getting to know each other, they were complete opposites. Like,
I mean, I'd be real blunt and real quick. Like, most of these game activists, if there was an actual, like, survival emergency, they would die. Because they just wouldn't be able to survive. They wouldn't do what was necessary.
it's like they're missing like that instinct of like self-preservation, which is kind of normal for a human being to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's odd that you would actually think like, well, how does the bird feel? It's like, this isn't not a normal thing for people to be thinking. Like, when you're trying to survive, you wouldn't be thinking of how the bird feels.
Why'd you have me come over here if I can't move from this spot? That doesn't make any sense. Why have me swing over here if I can't move forward? There's nothing for me to grab a ledge
unless
on.
there's like a leap of faith.
No, leap of faith is not going to work. I'll die. Leap of faith! Oh!
Whoops. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Tony. It says, I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Let my armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky. Henry Jones.
Oh, there you go.
Thank
you, Tony.
Thanks. Yep, that was the line he said. And then Indy just looked at him like, what? Like he's here reciting poetry and smiling and holding his little... Then he held his little umbrella and started walking like briskly.
It's
like
you
he's
just
having a nice
sent
walk.
all those birds to their death. Remember my Charlemagne. I mean, it worked though because the birds flew into the plane that was coming up, and the guy couldn't.
Yeah,
that was it.
It showed he read a lot though, that he studied a lot, which showed.
It was, well, I mean, it just showed too that if his dad wasn't there, they both Indiana would have died because Indy didn't think of that.
I get the feeling like watching Henry Jones Sr. and Indiana Jones, the fact that Indiana Jones is like a top professor at his school.
Oh, that's what we were supposed to do.
I personally think even though Indiana Jones is a professor, I think his dad still knows more than him.
His dad was a professor too.
Oh, yeah, I get the feeling
they taught at the same school.
When I see them together, it's like even though Indiana Jones is good at history, his dad knows way more.
Did you ever see the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles or no?
No.
It was like a 3-year show, and in the show you get to meet Indiana the dog.
Oh wow. I don't know what happened there. Oh, you get to meet Indiana the dog. Oh my god.
Name the dog Indiana. Yeah.
It just reminds me.
You get to meet Indy's mom, Anne.
Oh wow.
Anna Jones or Ann Jones. It goes all the way. Young Indiana Jones Chronicles goes all the way from his birth in 1899 until 1928, and then it fast forwards to 1950 with Harrison Ford reprising his role, and then it goes. The next episode is 1992, where Indiana is celebrating his, I don't know, like 90th or 94th birthday or something. And his granddaughter and his daughter Susan are there. And those are his only living relatives. Why would I have...
Get this out.
What?
Maybe I can use this to latch onto with the whip.
Wait, what? Latch onto with a whip?
What does that even mean?
Did he really put it on his whip? How do I do that?
How would we put it onto our whip?
I don't know.
It reminds me of, I don't know why, but... And I'm just weird, but... Like Mozart, he never could live up to... His father was also a music composer, Leopold Mozart. And he even wrote, like, one of his symphonies he wrote was about his father basically being disappointed with him from the grave. It reminds me of Indiana Jones and his father. Like, no matter what Indiana Jones does, it will never be as good as his father.
No, that's not the problem that Henry or Indy and his dad had. Indy's dad was obsessed with finding the Grail. He lost job opportunities.
Oh, his dad lost things? Oh, wow.
He became estranged from his son. After his wife died, he became obsessed with the Holy Grail.
Oh.
Because he wanted immortality.
His dad did?
Well, I mean, he wanted it for something. So, even the Indiana Jones, like, show, like the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles goes over, like, Henry's descent into madness, in a sense, where even after World War I, Indy and his dad have a huge fight. And Indy basically wants nothing to do with his dad anymore, and that's the last you see of his dad. It's like 1919 or 1920.
But you get to see in the Holy Grail that his dad is actually super smart.
Oh, of course his dad is very smart. Like, his entire passion was finding the Holy Grail. That was his life's work.
And he actually found it, though.
And then he told Indiana to let it go. Like, because he was like, the father finally learned what was more important.
Oh, that's why at the end he said let it go. Because it didn't... Because maybe he realized his son was more important the whole time than that.
Latch it into mushrooms?
Just stick it into that white thing. There's that white thing of fuzz. I think that's a mushroom.
You think the white fuzz is a mushroom?
Yeah, that's like certain mushrooms are fuzzy like that. Oh, well, I don't know what I'm talking about then. I have seen mushrooms that look like that.
White fuzz.
I'm sorry. I just thought that was a mushroom.
I don't know what the mushroom even looks like. Bless you, Link.
Now I understand the ending where he says let it go.
Yeah. Where are these mushrooms? Throw them. I'm looking for mushrooms. Somebody tell me what the mushroom looks like.
Oh, that's why Indy's trying to get the Holy Grail at the end. He's not trying to get it for himself. He was trying to get it to impress his dad, or for his dad.
No, he was possessed by the Grail. Like, when he was reaching for it and he wanted the Grail, he was being tempted by it, and his father was like, let it go, Indiana.
Oh, so it kind of, like, tempts people
Junior,
like that.
Junior, let it go. Well, that's how they did it, yeah.
What a cool character that Sean Connery played. Like, he played that character really well. I think Sean Connery was such a great actor.
He was a great actor.
It's too bad, like, at the end of his life, he played some roles that weren't the greatest.
I mean, he wanted to retire, though. He spent the last 20 years of his life with his wife and his family.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what he wanted.
I'm glad.
And, you know, he did the Hollywood thing. He didn't want to do the Hollywood thing anymore. They reached out to him. He was still alive when when they started filming the
the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, he was still alive when they did the Crystal Skull.
And he was like, no, thank you.
And he said no, thank you. And Sala was around too. And basically, Steven Spielberg was going to bring Henry Jones Sr. Whoa, easy guys. He was going to bring Henry Jones Sr. and Sala back for Marion and Indy's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
So they were going to have a cameo, but neither one of them, they both turned it down because, you know, and, you know,
because they already had the third of their trilogy.
Well, no, I mean, he didn't, as much as he loved the story of the Crystal Skull, you know, he chose not to reprise. He would have come out of retirement if he did that movie, because he had already retired. Like, Sean Connery had retired.
Yeah, so he didn't want to come out, because then other people would be bothering him.
I mean, you know, years later he regretted it, but also he said the movie was terrible, and he didn't want to be attached to more terrible movies.
I actually read like, people are always obsessed about those crystal skulls, like they're aliens or something. I read something about crystal skulls. Like, that is the thing where you can find crystal skulls, like, everywhere around the world. And I read this scientific explanation for why crystal skulls exist, and I was like, oh. And it makes so much sense, and you realize it's not aliens at all. Basically what happens is sometimes when people, like, you know, like when fossils happen, like where you bury somebody's skull and then it becomes... That Link! What are you doing?
No mounting.
Basically when, like, fossils... You know when you, like, have a fish and it's buried underwater, like, for thousands of years and it becomes a fossil and it's made out of... The bones become stone?
Yep.
Well, sometimes when the sediment comes into, like, a fish or some other fossil... It's not filled, like, if there's a hole and there's like a fish, you know, like there's like a, you know, sometimes like the fossil, what happens is, like, say a fish dies, their bone goes into the mud, then the mud surrounds their bones, then there's like, then the bones disintegrate inside of that hole. Then usually what happens is rocks and sediment fill that hole and become...
Jesus. Just a bad dream. It's gotta be.
sorry. Giant snake.
Oh, I know. I'm pausing for the game because I'm interrupting it. I was just gonna say, like...
Stacks of stone blocks covered in script. Like a prehistoric library. Marcus won't believe this.
But basically, you know how when you go into a cave and there's crystals in it? You know, have you ever, like, in a lot of games and in real life, there's caves and it gets filled with crystals? If you have a tiny crystal in a cave, it keeps growing. So it'll fill that entire cave eventually. Well, that's what happens with bones or skulls that are buried underground. Like, if a tiny crystal gets into that little hole that was made by the fish skeleton, then basically what happens is the skeleton, instead of filling with rocks and sediment and becoming stone, like a fossil, it can become a fossilized crystal. So, like, so instead of filling with rock, it actually fills with a crystal, and the crystal will keep growing until it fills that whole area that was hollow, which was the area of the skull. So it's literally scientifically explained, like, very easily why there are crystal skulls everywhere. They're not aliens or anything. It's literally a natural phenomenon that happens. It's a weird phenomenon, but instead of people's skulls turning to rock, which is what usually happens with a fossil, like with fossilized trees or whatever, it gets filled with a crystal instead. So it becomes a crystal in the shape of a skull. So once I found that out, I was like, oh, well then these crystal skulls are really nothing but just like a natural thing. It's weird to have a skull in the shape of a crystal, but literally aliens did not leave them there. It's the same as if you had a skull made out of rock or something, or sand.
Do you think he can shoot the giant snake?
Not sure. Kingdom... Yeah, the crystal skull was kind of bad, but Marion and Indy getting married was sweet, says Tony Down Under. Okay, have a great night, Gamewing. I mean, once you realize that the crystal skulls are not even a thing, like, they're not even really a mystery, like, you could easily look up why they're made, then you realize it's not that cool anymore.
So we have to throw...
I mean, whoops, I meant to say night, Gamewing. You need spears, says Wally.
Yep.
Have a great night, Gamewing. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful evening, Gamewing. Thank you. Okay, have a good night, Dexitros.
Oh gosh. The snake is waiting!
Oh, creepy. This is creepy. This is creepy.
Yes, it is.
Well, it looks like you have a bunch of tridents there.
Can I make that if I... Oh, man. Oh, gosh.
Sorry if I ruined the mystery with this crystal skull for anyone. I didn't mean to ruin the mystery.
I didn't mean to.
But...
Oh my gosh.
Is there a reason why we're
Oh! Sorry.
Now Luke's channeling Indy.
Huh?
Are we on the ground?
I don't know. I got a little scared there. Well, I mean, I don't like giant anything. Why do I have to like giant things? You would be scared of a giant snake if you're, you know.
Yeah, I feel like Indy is a little bit more hardcore than Nathan
Where's
Drake,
that damn
to be
snake?
completely honest. I just got a Skeletor ads as alpha.
Huh?
Probably because I was talking about Crystal Skull. It is interesting. Like,
I can't.
I mean, there is a whole conspiracy between Crystal Skull, but I really think that is the answer.
Why would they bring me all the way up here? There's nothing. They want me to go over there?
I think even History Channel did a special Crystal Skulls.
I know.
It's hard for me to believe that the snake could not get us here.
Right. I'm aware. I'm aware. Yep.
I know it's here.
He knows the snake is here. He's like, I know you're here. Huh?
Oh my gosh, I think this is how Thailand looks in real life. I think it's so pretty. I would totally want to visit here. I think that jungle looks so pretty. Also, it looks warm, and it's always cold where I am.
What in the world? How am I supposed to... What on earth?
Tony says, asps. Very dangerous. You go first. Wasn't that a Sala line, I think? Yeah. Best indie lines, bad dates. PETA's like, the monkey died, darn it.
I always felt sad that the monkey died. It was a sweet monkey.
The monkey was cute.
Yeah.
And the monkey was friends with Marion, and it was pretty cute.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Game Awards has been blocked.
Why?
Oh. It's been blocked in Russia. I have no idea. Do Russians hate video games? I don't know.
Russia,
Because of the Game of Thrones.
They don't like a lot of American stuff there.
How could they copyright the Snoop Dogg performance if I muted it? That's
because
weird.
Of the video. You told me years ago that even if you had the video of it, even if it's a song.
That was a music video, though. It wasn't a music video. It's a performance.
Look, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's weird. Oh, whatever. Whoops.
My favorite Sean Connery movie is Camelot, that has Sean Connery as King Arthur, says Wally West.
I remember that movie.
I don't remember that one.
Camelot? It's pretty good.
But he does come back as King Richard, that one movie, so that was cool.
The Robin Hood movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men in Tights or whatever.
No, not Men in Tights.
No. Robin Hood. Regular Robin Hood movie.
This video cannot be trimmed because of all the processing? Oh, great.
I don't know what it's trying to say. Yeah, I think in Russia they generally... Well, I mean, especially since they've had the... You know, I mean... I'm not going to talk about it, but it's like since the... You know, obviously the thing with them in Ukraine... You know, they've been more and more... even leading up to that, when there was a lot of hostilities with the UN and stuff, I've noticed that they blocked a lot of American stuff. I mean, it makes sense that people are, you know, their enemies, so they're not gonna allow their stuff in their country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes sense that they wouldn't.
Well, I'm gonna go against my better judgment. I'm gonna jump over there because I don't know where else to go.
They have their own radio and their own TV shows and stuff. They don't really need like American stuff.
Belongs in a museum.
I think a lot of our stuff is blocked in Russia.
A lot of my stuff.
If the thing with the Ukraine is over, then they'll probably stop blocking stuff.
The thing is, in our world, there's always a few military conflicts. Like it doesn't have to be the U.S. There could be places all over the world that's in a war with each other.
Mm.
It's been that way ever since the 1900s. There's always fighting somewhere in the world. Oh gosh.
It's true.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
There you go.
Ah! I'm trying to climb. Okay. Ah!
You just fell in the
I know. I'm panicking.
I would get on the rock.
Where'd it go? Oh gosh. No. No. Indy, you idiot. Stop that. I'm not trying to. It's hard to see in this first-person view. Why would they even bring me over here if I can't even be over here? Oh gosh. Just trying to climb. Why can't I climb up here? What in the world? I'm trying. I wish there was a way to shut off first-person view so you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, it is hard to...
Now don't slide off, idiot.
Oh my gosh, Luke.
Alright, maybe look up how to do this, honey, because I don't know how to get out of here. Like, this is glitched. Like, this will not let me climb this. Like, I can't...
Well, I think maybe some of the music was coming in through the TV in the background.
Huh?
With the Snoop Dogg thing.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Like, bouncing off the TV into the mic.
The idea of being eaten by a giant snake does not make me feel happy. I think this is the way out.
Majolf has inserted the Jaws theme.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I agree. Hats and stuff. I don't know. I'm surprised more countries haven't banned us. I mean...
Pump the legs, Indy. Pump the legs. Swing and pump. Swing and pump. Swing and pump. And jump!
Ow.
Ow!
You just smashed your head into the rock?
Climb, you fool.
My gosh, I'm getting the fear on Indy's face. Was that the snake?
It was the snake, yeah.
I would shoot a bunch of bullets frantically.
Okay.
We're gonna have company! Hopefully not.
Don't say that.
An armored war elephant. What the hell happened here?
Armored wall?
The game is beating you, says Zach.
Yeah,
The snake is beating us.
There's no way.
Well, I think we have to swing and then swing around and then somehow go.
Ah!
Oh my gosh! Get up, get up, get up, get up!
I don't know where it is!
My gosh!
Ah!
Luke, get up!
I'm trying!
What are you doing?
I'm trying!
Luke, get up!
Oh my gosh.
Luke?
Ah! Shoot him!
I think you have to get one of those spears from up there.
I'm gonna shoot him. Ah!
Oh wow, he got you.
I'm seeing that.
He did get you, Luke. I think he did get you. This is crazy. This is nuts. This is nuts.
Gotcha.
Oh wow. Wow. Okay. Alright. Come on, Indy. Asks. Very dangerous. You go first.
Stop it.
Tony's got the Indiana Jones lines here.
Like that? Huh?
You have to get his nose. This is terrifying. Who would make this boss fight? Luke. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, oh wow. Get it? This fear in me.
Let's hope that did it. Only good snake is a
The only good snake is a dead snake.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
That is true, Indy.
Thank you, War Elephant.
Well, this game didn't get permission from PETA, that's for sure. I actually, when I was younger, when I lived on a farm when I was a little girl, there were snakes in the grass all the time. I had to be taught how to look for snakes in the grass because they'd slither through the tall grass. It's terrifying. You had to like look for them when you were walking around.
Yeah.
They're not fun creatures to stumble upon, that's for sure.
I guess I can't go back to where I was. I was gonna try to swing on that
I
vine
don't know.
again.
That's the direction the snake went. I guess you can go there.
Yeah, I wanted to go back because I was trying to do something.
You can call him Dr. Jones, doll, says Tony down under. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot what she called. She says Mister. Hey, Mister. And then she's like, Short Round is like, you can call him Dr. Jones, doll. That's funny that Short Round was using the mannerisms that Indy used by calling women doll and stuff.
I mean, but that was what... It was just a way of calling... It was a nickname
I
for
think it
women
would be
back
cute to be called doll because it means you're so pretty you look like a doll.
then. I give you lots of nicknames. What did I just hit?
Alright, have a great day, Tim Moeller. Thank you for coming by.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that was intense. Okay. Why would this still be called the tower?
I think doll is a cute nickname.
Yeah.
It means you're so cute you look like a doll.
Okay, doll.
It's fine with me, I don't mind. Trident, Holly Jolly Eyes, but not the bubblegum trident, says OH. Yeah, exactly. Trident
There
gum.
was no water here where the snake yeeted itself.
I guess it just
Maybe it died.
I'm so afraid of you that
Oh, it did die.
I wouldn't go down there.
It's dead. Should we double check?
No.
Yeah, it's dead. Oops.
I wonder how the snake got so big. Like, was it
I don't know. Mutated snake? Poor snake. Stop that.
Yeah, Indy, why do you have to be so mean? You hurt the helpless little snake.
What in the world? Where are we supposed to go now? Here? See, the thing that I don't like about the first person game is it's hard to tell where the heck you're supposed to go.
There, it had a little
Right,
thing.
I know that, but that's my destination up there, but how do I go over there? There's nothing for me to grab.
Sorry.
And if I go down, it's death.
Looks like you're supposed to go in that weird cave. Or that's where you just came out
That's
of.
where I just came out of.
Oh.
It wouldn't have stairs like this if I couldn't use it.
This looks like where you're supposed to go, but where do you go from here? Maybe look up?
I mean, it doesn't have, if it needs me to use spears, I don't have.
Maybe there's a cliff you have to jump up to.
I mean, it's a mushroom that I could skewer with a spear, but I don't have any spears here.
You have to go back and get one.
I don't think it has any spears. I think the elephant is all gone. Oh.
Oh, there was one.
Okay. Well, that idea didn't work. Way to go, Indy. I really thought that was going to work. Okay, aim higher this time. Bingo.
Oh, wow, Luke.
Ah,
First try.
we'll go with that.
I feel like this would not hold.
Never tell me the odds. Oh, jeez.
Like, I would want that to be a little bit more secure before I put my whip on that and hung on it.
You want me to grab that? Can't be. Beautiful. Okay.
Oh, I want to visit Thailand.
Ah!
It looks very pretty. Don't you think it's pretty in here?
I mean, it's terrifying in here.
I think Thailand would be pretty. This should be where we visit, Luke.
Am I supposed to climb up here?
Mage Wolf said the snake just wanted to hug you.
No, it didn't.
That's what Mage Wolf is saying. The snake wanted a hug.
No, it's a lie.
He's like, I've been so lonely here forever and I haven't had any hugs.
No, he wanted dinner.
I think he wanted to give you a hug. I agree, Mage Wolf. I don't know why Luke is so mean to that. Ah! That's a snake skin. Oh. Oh, you're stepping on it. Ew, you're stepping on. Ew, there's a guy. Oh.
How did that
Well,
work?
I mean, I don't think that was supposed to work, but they gave it to you.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Da 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 da, bum ba da.
What if there's more than one snake?
What?
Is that giant animal that you were telling me that was coming, was that a snake?
Yes,
Okay.
The retribution.
that's what it was.
Okay.
I hope there's nothing else.
Love the ember.
The only thing that I saw out of the corner of my eye looking up this game was a snake. I don't think they're gonna have any more giant animals. They should have a giant koala attack you. Something.
Where is the snake? Is that it, or is that snake skin down there? No, that's the dead snake down there.
This is when it was molting, I think. It was peeling its own skin, shedding its skin.
So it killed itself when it crashed in. Well, it was already dying, but it crushed its head when it slammed into that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it probably didn't pre-think its actions very well.
No, I mean, it was in pain, and it just, like, you know... Oops.
It doesn't make, like, decisions based on, like, a committee meeting or anything. Snakes are smart, but not as intelligent as people.
That's a good thing.
Yep. And we can all be thankful that spiders don't have wings.
So guys, the Emperor's Tomb is like $6 or $7 on Steam. So it's actually possible for us to do another Indiana Jones game after this if, you know, people want to see it. Like, if people watch it, we'll do it.
Tony says, Willie, we are going to die. And then she's like, ew.
See, that's a nice touch. He's actually holding the thing in his hand. Mm-hmm. So it lights all this stuff up.
This is cool right here.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job on the design. Yeah. That giant snake fight was cool, but that was terrifying.
Yeah, well. What I don't get is how... Do I have to wait until I beat the game in order to use my, like, DLC that we paid for? Like, Indy's supposed to have his Last Crusade suit, and he's supposed to have his Temple of Doom costume and another costume. But I don't know how to use them, or where I go to unlock them.
I don't know, honey.
Whoop.
Oh no, Mage Wolf. Luke, you asked if there's another animal. Mage Wolf says, imagine that Luke just killed the baby and now the mother will be hunting you now.
You're terrible.
That's funny. Imagine. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like that thing in that one movie. I don't think that was Grignac.
It's in the options to change? What? Is it in accessibility? How do you... What's it called? DLC? What's it? NPCs? Oh, Amber, look at all this stuff.
What?
You can change high colors of adventure, firearms, NPCs, enemies, Indy, audio, video, controllers, picture framing, gameplay HUD,
Zach
adventure
says I am
experience.
trying to help.
Outfit, great circle.
How?
Oh, look.
Oh, there we go. We can do it.
Outfit, The Last
We
Crusade.
can put that on.
Temple of Doom.
Oh, Temple of Doom outfit looks kind of fun.
You could put Temple of Doom on. Bullwhip.
How can the snake hug when it doesn't have any arms, says OH?
After fighting a snake, I think Indy would look more like that.
With one of his sleeves ripped off. We can't even see what you look like now, though, because it's first person.
Yeah. I mean, I think that...
There we go. You're in... There you go. Temple of Doom. I bet when you go through, like, a small area... Yeah, you can see...
You can see. Look, he's got...
One of your sleeves is off.
Also, his hand is covered.
Oh, yeah.
Remember he cut his hand?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nice attention to detail there. There
Oh,
it
there we
is.
go.
Look at that.
Very cool. We got more outfits going on.
It's only because we rumbled with the snake. Why would we go over there?
I feel like Indy's like he's wearing like very nice like pants. He should be wearing like sweatpants or something. I'm like so it's more
Sweatpants didn't
comfortable.
exist back then.
I know. It's like the pants he has are like has pleats in them and everything. It's like, oh wow, he's wearing some pretty nice pants for going adventuring, but that's like the kind of pants that would have been
first try.
available.
Oh boy.
Oh!
Did not like that.
In real life, if you would miss one of these, you would die.
Yeah, I know, Amber. Thank you.
You die in the game, you die in real life.
No. The day that happens where they announce that there's permadeath in video games is the day I stop playing games.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Oh, well, yeah, you have something on your back, like blood or something. Oh! Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Is it because of the cookie, wasn't it?
No, when I yawn, my face pops sometimes.
I'm sorry.
It's a jaw thing.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's gonna be fun when I'm an old man. I'm gonna yawn and then I'm gonna pop my jaw out of place. Yeah.
I need to get you some... I need to get you taken care of. I mean...
You heard it here! You heard what she said!
No, I have to get you healthy. That's
No! That's not what you said. I gotta get you taken care of. I'm in pain, so Amber needs to finish me off. You all heard it.
No.
Time code that. Time code it.
No, I was saying I need to take care of you.
You can't say that. You can't say that like that, you little mobster. I'm gonna take care of you. My God. Take care of him. I'm gonna take extra care of you. Promise.
Doesn't do anything on its own.
Wow, Amber says mutual.
Mm-hmm.
No, I meant like I want to take care of your health and make...
Jones, where are you?
I just want to make you feel... I'm gonna give you some rest, make you even more comfortable.
The fall.
Can you hear me, Jones?
Looks like a tic-tac-toe board. Or that game where you play dots.
Jones?
Oh,
Jones? Are you alright?
Yeah!
Can you come get me?
Stay put! I'm coming!
Thank God the snake didn't eat you.
It was close. I killed it though.
Poor thing.
Oh yeah? It was him or me.
She doesn't say anything.
She's like, poor thing. Wow.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, look, the cutscene now has my outfit.
That's cool.
You good?
Well done. What is this place?
I'm not sure. Kinda reminds me of the cave where I found the Idol of Ra.
How could a cave built by the ancient Egyptians?
I don't think it was built by the Egyptians.
The Nephilim order?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know what that quote is from. I remember that quote though, Tony. I have followed you on many adventures, but into the great unknown mystery, I go first, Indy.
That's, Wuhan. That was Indy's friend who was killed at the beginning of the Temple of Doom.
Oh.
He plays a bigger role in the Emperor's Tomb, though.
I don't know.
The Emperor's Tomb
There's
we're
two
probably
of them.
going to look at because it's only like $6 or $7 on Steam. And they upscaled it, so I mean it won't look as nice as this, but
Yeah, so it sounds very familiar.
it's a really, really good Indiana Jones story.
Wally says, I have to get you taken care of. Amber to Luke, December 12th, 2024, says Wally. Really, Amber, you had to say that to Luke. Unbelievable, says the heck. Okay, have a great night, Chief Dave fan. Says I have to hit the hay. Have a good night, everyone.
Yep, take care.
I'm ready.
Go!
There. That did something.
What did it do? Oh, wow. Game room?
This statue. It's like it's guarding something.
Doesn't look like any of the traditional Siamese games I know of.
Maybe it was invented by the Nephilim. I mean, they must need to relax sometimes.
Hard to picture the Nephilim having fun.
Yeah, it was.
The game reveals the secret.
Oh. Are we playing a game, Jones? I love games.
Yep. It is Wuhan from the Temple of Doom.
See, I am an Indy fan.
There it is. There he is talking to Indy.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the scene where where they shoot up the place where Willie is singing.
Yeah, Wuhan has a very sad story. His sister and his parents were killed, and Indiana Jones basically worked with the guy for several years, from 1932, when Japan had their altercation with China first in 1932, and then he was with Indy all the way up until the Temple of Doom, right at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And he played a very important role in the Emperor's Tomb game.
Oh, that's
also,
awesome.
the actor really loved the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark movie, so he really wanted to be in the movie.
Oh, wow.
But they only gave him a bit part, and he said even now, because he's still alive, he's like, I would have loved to return in a flashback in one of the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah.
He says the Indiana Jones Compendium says that Indy is was a good friend of Wuhan, and he says, I've been dead for a long time. But he says I could always come back during the flashback.
They should have fleshed that out a little bit.
Yep. So, if they ever make an Indiana Jones game before 1935 again, he would love to come back and reprise his role.
That's awesome.
I have no idea how to do this. I'm not good with these type of puzzles.
That was a cool... If you really think about it, there were some cool things in the Temple of Doom, though. Like, the table where he, rolled the table and, ran as the table was rolling, and then they shot the table instead of him. That was a really cool stunt. I guess we're supposed to look and put the thingies in the same order as it is in one of those things. So we look where the pegs are in the picture and match it to the thing.
It needs more pieces. It must be.
It needs
somewhere.
more pieces.
Perhaps the Nephilim hid some of them. Oh, my cousin used to do that when he was a child. Such a musty boy.
So did you know that Marion Ravenwood, Indy's wife, inspired a lot of characterization in other movies? The reason why we like The Mummy so much is because Evelyn, the actress who played Evie, inspired her performance based on Marion from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, really?
So the reason why she was such a compelling character for us in the Mummy movies is because she was a super fan of Indiana Jones.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yep. I was reading about that. I was like, wow, that's really interesting. Because it felt like Evie was kind of like that adventurer type. But she was a little bit more sweet and caring and not as rambunctious as Marion. Marion is kind of rough around the edges. Like, Evelyn, or Evie, is very sweet and kind and very adventurous and bookwormy.
Yeah, I think we have to go somewhere else. I don't think it's in this area.
Has to be.
Yeah, Marion is very cool. Like, the actress who played her, she did an amazing job. I could not have even pictured her. Luke, I think we have enough. I think she's that's just her line when she says we don't have enough pieces. I think we have to match it. Could you, yeah, you just did something interesting there. Could you go look at that weird picture that you saw earlier?
What weird picture?
There was a small picture on one of the rocks.
Where?
You didn't see that? You keep looking at it, and then you keep darting away from it. There.
I can't see that.
Well, can you just focus on it? Oh, wait, that is hard to see.
Yeah, I can't. No, I don't think
That's
that's...
hard. I think you have to have all those things pointing out or something.
That hack just opened.
Oh. Okay, I guess this is trial and error then.
There's more pieces.
Oh, that unlocked more. Yeah, I mean, I think it's always... I think a female character in a movie is always cooler when, she obviously wasn't trying to be, attractive or anything. She was just being herself, and Indy just happened to like her because she was fun, and, she had the monkey liked her, and, you know, they had a history, and like, yeah, I like that. Like, it's like, you know. I think what's the best thing about the character of Marion is she doesn't care what anyone thinks. She completely does her own thing, which makes her a really cool character. That's what I think she's really cool. Oh.
Maybe I need to point all the pieces towards the big statue.
Point on.
I have to point more pieces toward the big statue. Oh, okay. I think you need to take that. No, that was perfect. Now you have to take that one that's in front of. Okay. Alright then. Put it behind. Put it behind. Oh, never mind. No, put it where you had it then. I don't know. The one that's in front of that other one, I think, doesn't need to be there.
Which one?
The one that's in front of the one that's most towards the statue. You can take that out and use it. That one I don't think needs to be there. Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. I am the wrong. I couldn't be more wronger. I guess I'll look for a solution to this.
Yeah.
Kisses, Indiana. This is how Austrians say goodbye. German guy shows up. This is how we say goodbye in Germany. Pow. Yeah, that was funny, Tony. Oh, that's right. That woman wasn't even German. She was Austrian. That's interesting.
She was working for the Nazis.
So she wasn't even... That's why she had a German accent, because she was Austrian.
Aha!
Whoa, you did it.
A map.
Succotai, perhaps. Not sure. I'll have to study it some more. This. Mountain. Rock. Stone. It's here, Gina. This map shows the way to the stone.
So weird with
We are
this
ahead of
camera.
us.
It looks
Never-
so weird with the camera.
Mr. Darthrian says, I like the Austrian way better.
Doubted.
Yeah. That was a funny one-liner where he says, I like the Austrian way better.
Yeah.
You're an Indy fan too? Awesome, Captain Zach.
Got it. Let's find a way out of here. What'd you do?
Nothing.
is a curse. It brings only death.
Oh no. Your friend.
He might become our friend.
I warned you.
You know what you did? And darn it, you win. I'm gonna give you what you want. It's just right here.
Dang it, Gina.
Run. Run!
She doesn't even say like Indy. Just like, oh, well, on to the next guy.
Are you okay?
Doing great.
Oh, at least he's down there with a giant.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
I will find a way down to you.
Ha!
Great.
You disturb the words. I must stop you.
Tell that to the...
Oh, this guy is huge.
I have seen your kind before.
Yeah, the giant's actually not a bad guy.
You disturb the words. I must stop you.
Tell that to the nut.
Oh my gosh!
I have seen your kind before. Relentless treasure hunters. All the same.
Oh!
Well, he's actually protecting the treasure or something.
Yeah, he's protecting the treasure. He's, like I said, he's not a bad guy.
You disturb the words. I must stop you.
Tell that to the nut.
I have seen your kind before. Relentless treasure hunters. All the same.
I am nothing like Voss.
I'm trying to find the help.
In the middle of a fight.
The words. I must stop you.
Tell that to the nut.
It's like, are you seriously eating a piece of fruit at this point?
I have seen your kind before. Relentless treasure hunters. All the same.
Oh wow, the game's not gonna let me heal.
Oh, that was weird. Eating some
Dig
fruit.
too deep. The earth will swallow.
Or maybe that was a piece
Side
of
by
bread.
first.
I don't know.
How does he get that much reach? Ooh!
You must not learn the secret.
Why? Why are you protecting it?
You should have left this alone.
Yeah? Well, I should have done a lot of things.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
What?
None of you.
Oh my gosh! Oh no, Majors was right. Oh my gosh.
Did the snake eat him?
Oh my gosh, he's riding it!
You are not welcome.
Oh my gosh, look at him strangling the snake! Wow, you guys are defeating the snake together. bonding moment. Oh. Gosh. Well, back to their fight.
He's not a bad guy, though.
Uh-oh. Wow, look at how much bigger he is now.
I need to know what the stones are for!
You'll need to know nothing.
One way or another, I'm gonna figure it out.
Then I will stop you.
And I will just keep beating you up.
Hey! You two! You're acting like two little schoolboys, do you know that? Boss is expecting you to fight. And while you're too busy fighting, he's gonna steal the stones from under our noses. No.
I must protect the words. I must atone for my ancestors.
Oh, for God's sake! Who cares? You are both stuck in the past. And right now there is a great evil spreading throughout the world. And we can choose to fight against it or each other.
I have no choice.
Great distraction!
I meant what I said. Let's get out of here. This place giving me the cheepy-heepies.
I hope they didn't leave his face in the water.
He's not dead. He's unconscious. I'm sure he'll come back later. Indy was kind of a jerk, though, but I mean, that's something Indy would do.
Yeah.
It's textbook Indy.
He's the best at what he does, and what he does isn't very nice.
Well, she's mad at you.
She's like, I meant what I said. Wow, Indy. Here's Mama, says Mage Wolf. She's mad at you and you're just sitting here eating. Food solves all problems.
Used all my bandages for that fight. Speak to... Oh. Oh my goodness.
For a giant, he wasn't that evil.
But you guys see how great the story is? Like, it's just so well done. Like, if you've never seen an Indiana Jones movie, I mean, this would be pretty amazing storytelling. But if you're a fan of Indiana Jones, and you know, we haven't had the best video games, like, for 30 years, I mean, this is pretty much pinnacle. Although, I still would... Zelda, no. I still would argue that Emperor's Tomb and Staff of Kings are also really well done Indiana Jones games. The only thing that's not very good about Staff of Kings is the fact that it's a motion-controlled game. It's about the only problem with it. Nose open. I don't know how to get out of here. Oops. Zelda, behave. No. Link behaves. He doesn't climb on my stuff.
Well, he did mention he wanted to atone for his ancestors on Eve. I mean,
Watch out!
so maybe he knew, maybe some of his ancestors were bad.
I mean, bad.
But, I mean...
Didn't fear me.
I mean, some people say as long as you're half human, you can basically get salvation or something. That's what I heard somebody say one time.
Is this where we were last time?
It was a lot of the cultures that had giants in them, they became Christian. Or like the Norse people.
Sunan could help us.
They...
He knows this place better than anyone.
I should talk to him after we followed up on all our leads here in Sukhothai.
Where are we on? Speak to pollen. Oh, nice little waterfall. This is a photo opportunity. Not that.
That's my gum.
Beautiful hair.
Oh. Nope, nope. Just keep chewing.
The Emperor's Tomb, Fate of Atlantis on SNES, Indiana Jones are all fantastic and the best indie games, says Javier.
The Super Nintendo collection is really tough.
I mean,
Fate of Atlantis is really interesting.
I mean, I know she's just a comic book character, but Raven is half demon and she became good.
Yeah.
Just saying. Do you have a, is there a tissue over there? I could put this in. Thank you.
See, there was there was a little bit of action tonight. There was a giant snake. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen.
What?
No, it's
down.
Always after 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. now.
What happened when you were streaming? May I see it when you were streaming? Oh, so at one point it was all right.
You doing okay?
Oh, so I guess I can start.
I'm just not used to this.
Or like sharing shorts.
Don't worry. I know how to drive this thing.
is sharing a short already.
Sitting in this boat feels better now.
Oh,
Good.
I didn't
I got a
realize.
feeling we'll spend some time in it.
Really?
Thank you, Majel, for sharing.
Madre de Dios.
Majel sharing your evening short. Thank you, Mage Wolf. That helps out tremendously.
Thank you, Mage Wolf. Oops, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't really
Beautiful spot.
Oh, maybe I have a lot of things. Let's talk about Sweeps Game Awards.
Oh, I was reading about Marion. She actually appeared on right before Indy and her got married. They broke up in 1937. So this year. Like,
oh, wow.
yeah. Like right before this game takes place, he left her at the altar. But before then, she appeared in both comics and she appeared in a video game, a text-based video game, where Indiana Jones was trying to steal some type of Aztec thing and put it in a museum. And Marion like showed up and rescued him in an airplane.
Oh wow.
Yep. And they actually adventured together for about a year. And then she wanted him to retire, and he agreed, kind of. And he was just going to work at the whatever. And she was going to open a nightclub in New York called the Ravencroft or something like that. But her nightclub ended up getting burned down to the ground again. But it wasn't Indy's fault this time. It was the mob. Some type of mob-related thing.
What was it called? The place you worked?
Marshall College.
Yes, that was it. Why did they fire you?
Well, I guess the administration thought I should be grading papers instead of going off on expeditions like this.
And what do you think?
Well, I think real archaeology happens out on the field, not in books.
Sounds like a good principle.
Javier says since Indy fell in love with Elsa and Sophia in The Last Crusade and Fate of Atlantis, became clear that Marion broke it off with him. Interesting. Thank you, Javier.
We don't want to speak to him. We want to do something else. We want to do this study in fear thing. Doesn't show where to go. Oh well. Sorry, didn't mean to knock you down.
I feel bad for the giant. I think he was just trying to protect stuff.
Then why did he steal the artifact from the Nazis at the beginning?
Well, I have no idea.
He broke into the college.
Aren't I a popular fella?
You're right.
Hi there.
Oh, hello again. I thought I saw some monkeys in the tree over there. You ready to leave now? Bye, Jones.
I have something to show you, Dr. Jones.
Sure, show me what you got. What was that?
I have been trying to translate this document.
Requesting demolition material for excavation site. Where did you find this?
Atit found it in the possession of a team of fascists led by another archaeologist. Some blonde-haired lady who set up camp to the southwest.
What's to the southwest?
Nothing but rocks and trees, as far as I know. That explosion was even bigger than the first one. What do you think they're doing?
Something caught their eye and they're blasting their way to it. Digging is slow work. Delicate. Voss must be desperate.
Desperate enough to destroy our country in order to get what he wants.
I'll find out what they're up to.
Hey, Zelda.
If you intend to investigate the explosion, it's only a short boat ride to the southwest. I'm sure the explosion came from the southwest. It shouldn't be difficult to locate.
Damn it. You don't bring explosives to a dig site.
If you intend to investigate the explosion, it's only a short boat ride to the southwest.
Hey, Zelda. Little Zelda. Kawaii.
Yes, we played Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Did you hear those explosions?
Yeah. Pylan wants me to find out what caused them.
I think it came from the southwest.
She stick you?
She wasn't trying to. One of the claws that are overgrown.
Look out!
That's the claw that I can smell. There we go. Good one. There's a sock. You can put it in your paw in a sock. There we go. Feels a little bit better. Yeah, I'm playing Marvel Rivals right now, so I'm not playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, but after I'm done doing a bunch of showcases of that. And I don't get a lot of views for Disney Dreamlight Valley, so it's just a filler thing. Yep, and we covered the DLC the day it came out for Dreamlight Valley. We've covered, we've done like 4 or 5 streams of it. We unlocked Hades and Merida, Flynn, and everything.
Southwest.
And Sally. We showed making special items. No, I'm just sighing because I just keep getting this stupid thing in my feed. Oh, this weird news story. I'm just annoyed. I just think it's so stupid. I think it's just stuff they just put on the news when they don't have anything else to put on the news. I keep talking about these drones that are going over New Jersey or something.
Drones in New Jersey?
Yeah, it's like a news story that keeps being pushed in my feed.
How did you become an archaeologist, Jones?
Runs in the family. How did you become a journalist?
A friend got me a job as a fashion reporter out of university, which didn't last very long.
Guessing you stirred up some trouble?
I wrote an honest review of some big shot designer. Turned out he was a member of the fascist party and got me fired.
Well, you know what they say, everyone hates a critic.
I don't like it when I can't tell the truth. I started digging more into the party. Got in trouble after breaking into a party member's house. Met some people running a subversive newspaper, and well, yeah, here I am.
Here you are. Long way from home.
I don't know where my home is.
How can he keep doing the Indy voice like every time? It's incredible. I mean, that takes raw talent. It's very hard to do. I think this is where we need to be.
Sure, thank you so much for wanting to watch the Disney Dreamlight
Fascists
Valley
have been
stuff.
setting off explosions. Hope they haven't found anything yet.
I'll see you soon.
Explosion site. We've been here before. Investigate the temple grounds. Oh my god.
They used the explosives to open this entrance. Where is everybody?
Weird how we don't see anybody.
There's our Disney Dreamlight Valley playlist. I just put it in the chat.
Footprints. Lead to that lever.
Let's see what this does. You're a real life.
Who did you say was a lightsaber?
He's a real lifesaver, pal.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, I ran right into him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he stopped my fall.
Wow. Disturbing.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
Don't come any closer.
Take it easy, kid.
Dr. Jones.
Sorry, do I know you?
Annika. Annika Lund. I was your student.
Oh, right, Annika from Norway.
Sweden. You don't remember me, do you?
Of course I do. Hey, what happened here?
Well, I was invited on this expedition by a German archaeologist, and we were trying to find
What was his name?
Emmerich Voss.
You're in way over your head, kid.
Well, that's presumptuous. As a matter of fact, I'm here to uncover the ancient
Look,
secrets of this place.
class dismissed, okay? This is real archaeology, but seeing as how we're both stuck in this mess, what do you say we work together to get ourselves out, huh?
Okay.
Okay.
She's not a bad kid, but...
Any ideas, Professor?
Let me take a look first.
Seems a little weird that she's working with a German guy, though.
World War II hasn't started yet. Americans aren't interested in what Germany is doing until, like, at least right around the time of Pearl Harbor.
Must be something here that can unlock this door.
We even had a German U-boat that came close to America. Remember? And the Americans were talking about it, but we didn't enter World War II yet when that happened. So America was trying to stay out of it because they didn't want to get involved in another World War. Because we were involved with World War I, I believe.
It can't be a blind door, can it?
Yeah, we were. And FDR promised to keep us out of the war.
I don't think anyone ever wants to be involved.
I'm glad you came along, Professor. I've been trying to find a way to open this, but I just don't know how.
She seems very sus to me.
She's not sus.
It's hard.
One of his students.
Are we sure she's from Sweden?
It's one of his students.
Should we really be starting fires? What if we damage something with historical
Why was
value?
she?
Rule 1 of archaeology, kid. History is important, but not more important than survival.
Yeah, exactly. She's been down here how long?
Probably like 30 minutes. She almost died, though.
We found this wooden artifact a week ago in an old burial site. It matches the shape. What do you think? What's
It's a
on
key.
your mind? No, it's not a key. It's a... Huh. I think you're right. It is a key. Be my guest, Professor.
Oh, this girl's kind of annoying.
Here, take it.
She's in his class.
Pedestal controlled by some unknown mechanism. Watch and learn.
Watch and learn.
Oh, indeed.
I can't believe she was like, you destroyed something so you could get out of here.
It
It's
fits.
like, yeah, we're gonna die in here.
Fantastic. We should keep this. Could be useful
I
later
love
on.
how she's telling you
Good thinking.
how to be an archaeologist when she was literally in your class.
You should know better than to work for someone like Voss.
Well, you taught me everything I know, Professor.
Well, then you weren't listening. Voss only cares about power, and archaeology isn't about that.
Huh. I thought you two were friends.
What would make you think Voss and I are friends?
When I told him I studied under you, he was very excited. He hired me on the spot.
That man is not my friend. For one thing, he's a Nazi.
Yes, well, of course I don't agree with him politically, but Voss is a man of science, just like us. We are above politics. I did try to get a job in America, you know. I even asked you for a reference, but I never got a reply.
Oh, well, it's a tough field to get into.
Yes, I remember what you said once. Never give up on your dream. And archaeology is my dream.
Still no excuse for working for Voss.
I didn't really have any other options, Professor.
He never gave her a reference
Nope.
because he was too busy doing archaeology things.
Yep.
I don't know if she really is from Sweden. It's making me...
We won't be going that way.
Come, Professor. This way.
I hope she doesn't get killed.
Do you think there is any truth to the legend?
Which legend are we talking about?
The legend of the giant demon, slayed by the Khmer and buried in this cave. To prevent it from returning from the underworld, they filled the cave with lethal traps.
Well, at least we know that last part is real.
That is true. What is this place?
It's not part of the temple. I'll find a way past.
Okay, I'll stay here.
I feel like she's going to get herself killed.
These cogwheels must control the traps.
Friends and people he knows killed.
Because she's just like, just like skipping around going, what is this place? It's like,
The pilgrims who passed through this temple probably never saw this.
she's gonna be like the other girl who was just like completely fine. Getting past the traps, no problem.
Perhaps
Gina.
there's something in here that can stop it.
I know there is. Just need to find it.
I think I saw lever up on the ledge back there.
All right, let's have a look.
I'm curious. What boss.
You mean other than being a Nazi? The sloppy amateur. Nasty piece of work.
Look, I don't like Nazis either. And yes, Voss can lose his temper sometimes, but he's at the top of his field and highly ambitious. Just like you, Professor.
Voss is nothing like me. He's more dangerous than you know.
Yeah, he left Indy to die with the scorpions. Maybe she doesn't think that the Nazis are bad.
Thank you, Professor.
Because they haven't killed anyone yet.
What fantastic machinery! It's a shame
They're from a
it's trying
long
to kill
time
us.
ago.
They kill people. Where is she?
I was thinking, like, if it was just an ideology first, then maybe they didn't do anything violent yet.
Another pedestal, Professor. Maybe we can use the key again.
Bless you.
Another key pedestal.
I'll let you try it, like before.
This pedestal isn't powered. I'll need another key.
Hi, Zelda.
Here's another one of the keys.
Maybe they were killed.
I need to get this working first.
The Khmer used hydraulic power, so there must be a water source close by. There must be a way to get this working with water.
Trying to get as many views as possible on this so we can do more Indy tomorrow. I don't think we're gonna get 1,000 views though.
I'm sharing the wrong playlist here.
Huh?
I'm sharing the wrong playlist.
Oh. Stop whistling, it's annoying.
It's annoying because I can't whistle.
No, I mean, it's kind of just being a little...
Whistling.
No, it's not.
Oh, wow.
No idea.
Honestly. I think you have to get everything to line up. Well, I was gonna be up really early in the morning streaming, but I don't know now. Since it's already really early. Alright. A lot of stuff. Honey, why don't I give it a try? May I please try it? I can't get the flower thing to line up with the rest of them. You need a different key. We need a second key.
We have a second key.
Where's the other key?
Hey, bring up your...
This?
Yeah, you see there's another key there.
Okay, this is what I need.
That's it.
It worked! Good thing we kept
What worked? I don't understand.
It's stuck.
through here. So dark in here.
Thank you for covering the Game Awards when I was tired, honey. Sorry that I was...
I think it's up there.
You too. We're a team.
Annika, stop!
Watch out!
Oh gosh.
Professor! Get out of there!
Where...
Oh god!
Where is she?
Close one. Trap must be broken.
Are you alright, Professor?
I'm fine! Just wait there!
Well, that was scary.
Rule number 2, kid. Never step on ancient pressure plates, even if they seem broken. Got it?
Got it. Let's continue. This is the way to the demon's tomb. I'm sure of it. Let's go inside, Professor. I think we've found it.
Gina's gonna be like, you got another lady?
Here it is, Professor. This must be the sarcophagus.
You know, Voss won't share credit for anything you find down here.
Well, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Voss. He believes in me.
Believe in yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, she has a degree in archaeology. She doesn't need Voss.
She's humming now.
Seems weird.
I wonder if she was one of his students in an Indiana Jones movie. Maybe she was one of his students that was in Raiders.
I don't know.
This does take place or she could have been one of his students in the Temple of Doom, 1935. Remember, he goes to his classroom and there's a blonde girl there. I mean, it's possible that they paid that close attention to detail. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Won't budge.
These locks hold the lid in place.
And there must be a way to open them.
Maybe this could be...
Oh my goodness.
What's this?
How many people?
Bara skräp.
Oh.
871.
Okay.
There has to be something here.
He wants it at least.
I'm streaming for 3 hours and 20 minutes. I think it's a good stopping point. We're at 900. People just have to get 100 views, man. 'Cause I'm all burned out. Okay.
I mean, we did fight that snake.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm kind of burnt out. If you would like another episode of Indiana Jones, 1,000 views is required. You guys are at 909, so you need 109 views to get another episode. You have until tomorrow morning. I'm gonna set up a Marvel thing for 3, so you guys will be redirected. There's no more Power Rangers.
Yeah, thank you again, Majel, for helping keep the views stable by posting that short. And thank you everyone for the help, everybody.
Yep. So I'm setting up a 3:30 stream. If this gets 1,000 views, Indiana will be at 6 o'clock. But it has to get 1,000 views. That's the requirement. Okay, cool. Okay. And set it up. What? Okay, so Marvel Rivals tomorrow, 3:30, because we're done with Power Rangers.
Okay, have a good night, Jacob Langlet.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed this stream. And the 30-minute intro of this will be cut out. So, although it probably won't be cut out until sometime tomorrow. But 1,000 views is required to get another episode of Indy. And look forward to more Indiana tomorrow, hopefully. Alright guys, God bless, happy gaming. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.
See ya.